What's the best advice you've ever received?
Oh, best advice. Best advice has been actually from my mum, and I think it's just key for how I handle myself now. And it says that, tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
And
John, Leo, Frank,
I'm a man.
Michael, Peter. Football team. Yeah?
No, relax,
You're a striker,
yo.
clearly. Then tell me who your friends are. You must be a winger or a striker. Huh? Goalkeeper.
No,
What?
you're stressing me out. That is so funny. Oh, dear future husband, wherefore art thou? Welcome to Dear Future Husband. I am Dinalva, the sweetest and spiciest damsel in distress, in search of my knight in shining armor. And with the help of Cupid,
With a K.
we will be delving into the reality of fairy tale love, the birds and the bees, and hopefully manifest my Prince Charming. So, dear future husband, we're looking for you. Cupid with a K! Cupid, wherefore art thou, Cupid? I need you.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm in your head.
Yes,
Still.
Cupid.
Rent free.
He lives in my he lives in my head rent free.
Rent free.
Yes,
Yeah,
Cupid.
I'm here, man. I'm here. What's good, brother?
I need you, Cupid. So I've been having conversations, and the topic of red flags keeps popping up, and I'm scared.
My favourite colour flag. What?
Yes, but Cupid, that red, your favorite color, the color of love, doesn't always mean positivity. And I was wondering if my red flags outweigh my green flags, and if I can pass vibes check.
Okay, so let me just process this for a minute, man. What's your top 3 red flags?
Oh, top 3 red flags. Okay, one. But I wouldn't consider it a red flag, but I think people might, is the fact that I have a lot of male friends. But Cupid, you're male.
I don't exist.
Oh, damn, you got a point there. The second one, I think it might be the fact that I debate a lot.
Argue.
I guess they are synonyms a little bit. And then my last red flag would be... Ooh.
I'll tell you what. Let's deal with the first one, second one, and we'll get to the third one.
Yes.
If we got enough time. I'm telling you, man. I don't know what's happening in Wood Green, but I've had about 5 calls.
Oh, damn. So, okay, Cupid, let's go through it.
Let's
so
go.
the first one...
So your first red flag is... what did you say again?
I've got male friends.
You got too many male friends. You didn't say male friends. You said too many.
Too many man.
Too many man. All right. So why do you have a lot of male friends?
Cupid, to be honest, I have to say, growing up as a child, I've always been the girl that hangs out with the boys. And I think, from my analysis, and that's why I don't think it's a red flag, even though many people may say, my dad had a lot of girl daughters, of course, and I think I may have been the boy that he needed so much. And so I've always been a little bit more like, a bit more boisterous, a bit more on the rough side. I used to play sports since I was... Yeah, exactly. So I used to play football with the boys since I was very little, and then I think I grew up with that habit, and now it seems like it may be inappropriate, even though it feels normal to me.
Okay. I want you to be honest with me now.
Yes, sir.
How many of your male friends, how many in your life, how many times has a partner been previously a male friend?
None.
So none of your friendships have ever developed into a relationship?
No. My friends have always said my friends, my brothers.
Okay. So in terms of relationships, these people have always approached you from the beginning as,
Yes.
I'm interested.
Yes. So my friends have never really made a move on me to try and say, oh, I've always liked you, or that. And if there has been anyone that has attempted to do so, I've usually distanced myself because I know now that the relationship is no longer platonic.
Okay. If I say male friend, can you think of 3 people that come to your mind right now?
Yes.
And if I, Cupid, was to go and visit them
Yes, Cupid.
and whisper in their ear or read their thoughts, that's what I can do because I've got that ability.
Yes.
And I was to see their thoughts on Dinalva, you're confident that they would be in There would be no
Ooh.
attraction or longing or somebody that's waiting for opportunity. Maybe they're respectful, but is there
Yes.
something under the surface? Because I could phone them now and say, oh, well, I could get you to phone them now like they do on them YouTube things.
Yes.
And say, hi, yeah, it's Dinalva. Listen, I've just had a really poor day, and you know what? I just could do with just, you coming round and us and see their reaction. If you have doubts in your mind, then you've answered your own questions in terms of what's really at the crux. I like that word.
Yes.
What's really at the crux of these friendships?
So I would give you 3 names of people that I know you'd call that say, yes, these are my friends. Ibs, Ali, and Leo as well. And these are males that I've hung out with. And I know that if you go into their brain, maybe in the most primitive man brain, they might think, oh yes, she's good looking,
standard.
the normal,
we're
the
not blind.
standard. But if you were to then say, oh, Dinalva wants you, can I shoot my arrow at you? They'd be like, you're joking, this is a prank.
Are they gay?
No, I just think that they know exactly what I want. They respect the fact that we have a friendship, and they advise me and support me rather than maybe try and have ulterior motives.
Yeah.
Not only that, they also have their own lives going on too.
Yeah. But people cheat.
Nah, they would still say no. I think they would laugh at me and say, shut up, why are you looking for problems? Or do you
Okay.
think that would not happen, Kupid?
I would say that it's possible. However, men and women are men and women, and we're designed in a certain way. Do not underestimate a man's patience or a woman's patience. And sometimes it ain't even about that. Sometimes 9 out of 10 times the man may not have been considering that. But men are opportunists. We will take an opportunity. Well, they will. I'm saying me. I'm not even a man. I'm Kupid. Okay. But
You don't exist.
men will take the opportunity if given to them. They might not seek it out. They might not do anything to make you feel uncomfortable because they truly like you or whatever. You could be friends and generally. But I've seen reactions where men have been like, what? What are you talking about, man? You're joking. Like, stop that. Like you said, it's a prank. And then she's been encouraged to say, like, no, seriously, like we just so close. And I've always looked at you like that, rare, rare. And then he's like, well, I mean, shit. Like, give me, like,
Why not
give
then?
me. If it's on a plate, then I'm gonna come and get my portion. So I don't know what that means. If that's just this is how humans are. I don't know if that means you shouldn't have a male friend. But that's something that we should always pay attention to. Men are men, women are women. I do believe women can have platonic relationships and intentions for a man. They may even be like a barrier for them to find that person attractive, even if they're an attractive person. Like, oh, you're like a brother to me, blah blah blah. But I see men.
They don't care.
I don't like generalizations. Mm-hmm. And there's gonna be men that say, Kupid, you're chatting pop. Right? But I think majority of men will agree with me that if they have a female friend and she's attractive and they've been friends for years, cool, that's all they see them as friends. I'll go to your wedding, I'll do this, I'll do that, we go on dates, you come to my house, we play card games every 2 weeks with our couples, blah, blah, blah. But in one day, in 10 years' time, you say, oh my God, me and future husband have broken up, or me and da-da-da-da-da. How do you feel if we just went on a date, or how do you feel if we just did a no strings thing, just one off?
And you think it would happen?
Some men would. Some men. I think a lot of men would. There'd be some men that value their friendship with you and be like, you know what, it's no point because this is gonna go left. And when it goes left, I would have lost you as a friend. But some will take the gamble, take the risk, because for all you know how many friends have ended up happily married. We were friends. I didn't like him at first. Yeah, I didn't like her. Like, you know what I mean? And how long you been together? Oh, 20 years. So.
Oh, okay, Kupid, you make a point.
Potential exists.
So, is my red flag still a red flag then? Because maybe for what you're telling me is that it depends on how the woman controls the friendship. Is she the leader of that friendship, and it's the platonic aspect of it?
Yes. I think you're correct to say that. It is heavily dependent on the woman, where her vulnerabilities lie, what the closeness, the proximity is of this friendship, and what the boundaries are, and how you set them. And if you set them good,
you'll be okay. Maybe.
If you set them good, then it's cool. Like me, you just call me into your bedroom. Like, I don't know. If you do that with Tom, Dick or Harry, I don't know you know what I mean?
Yes.
Luckily, I don't exist.
Exactly, you don't exist, so I'm safe. So, okay, Cupid, I'm feeling a bit flustered. I feel like I'm too red. Can we make this a little bit green? Can I tell you a few things that perhaps will make me a little bit more?
No. That was just one red flag. We're not going to skip over that and go to green. Let's go to the next red flag. The next red flag was...
I like to debate. Cupid.
Come on, use better language. You liking to debate is not an issue. What are you actually saying your red flag is?
I think the reason why I say that is because I think me being able to debate means that I'm quite good at not backing down. But
in what settings do you debate in?
to be honest, I debate only when people provoke me.
In what settings? We
Podcasting.
Yeah.
And, I guess my academic discipline was also a lot of debating. It's just, I enjoy it. I enjoyed having intellectual battles.
Okay. And is that something you would be looking to enjoy with your future husband? Intellectually battling him?
Don't want that, but I would like him to...
Every time you lie. Every time you lie.
Every time I lie, there's a ghost up in here.
Man.
Dear future husband, why are you sending signs?
Is that not lie? Okay. Yeah, I mean, why you fix your wall?
I like to debate, Cupid. What does that mean?
And debating. It sounds like, are you trying to say, is this diet arguing? Is it I can't believe it's not argument? Is it argument light? Sugar-free argument? What we do, huh?
No. I think, to be fair, I have to say, I keep myself to myself and I mind my business. However, no, it is not argument light and sugar-free argument. I think it's just, I like a mental challenge.
Okay.
Because I've got a lot of mental energy.
Are you combative?
To be honest, the art of debating is something I'm quite good at. I'm not necessarily combative. I can handle a conversation with a lot of calm and composure because it's, part of being a good debater.
How's your, what on a scale to 1 to 10, in an argument with your future husband, what number is your need to be right at?
If we're going to be arguing, if we even got to that stage, obviously I'm 100% right. Unless you came to me with a problem and I didn't handle it well, then I can know that I don't have to be right. Eventually I'll be like, okay, fine, I fucked up, I put my hand up.
I've been grilling you for a while. I'm getting tired of it. But I want to ask you one more question on this point. Quickly tell me, in a relationship that you've had in the past, tell me about one time you was wrong. Like I thought. Green flags. Green flags.
Shit. Okay, green flags. Hey, Kupid with a K. Relax, man. It's just it's selective memory. Anyway. So green flags. I think I'm a very generous person. I feel like I have an abundance mentality, which means it makes it easier for me to just give for no reason.
What is the biggest act of generosity you say in your life you've ever committed, if you could remember, in your eyes?
I think I'm generous in terms of giving and doing things for people. I support people. I just give things. I cook for people. I give them advice. I'm listening ear. Cupid, you don't even exist. What do you want me to cook for you? Chocolate rainbows?
Why rainbows?
I don't know. It's the only thing that came up in my head. Chocolate covered strawberries.
All right. You're getting carried away. Right. Okay. So you like to give. You're generous.
Yes.
It's very generic.
I don't know. I'm just giving.
You're a giving person.
I like to please people. I think, I'm generous because I like to please. I like to give and do things for people because I feel like it makes them happy and smile. And
that will keep you in good stead as a wife and as a mother. That's a great trait, and if you take enjoyment from sharing and seeing other people happy, that's an admirable trait. And I think, okay, let's just move on anyway. That's a good trait.
Yes, thank you, Cupid.
What I want to ask you now is, what's the best advice you've ever received?
Oh, best advice. Best advice has been actually from my mum, and I think it's just key for how I handle myself now. And it says that, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
And
John, Leo, Frank,
I'm a man.
Michael, Peter. Football team. Yeah?
No, relax,
You're a striker,
yo.
clearly. Then tell me who your friends are. You must be a winger or a striker. Huh? Goalkeeper.
No,
What?
you're stressing me out. That is so funny. No, I guess I am logical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tough. I'm hardworking. I'm serious. I'm uncomplicated. And the reason why I like this advice is because it allows me not to be around people that are just not substantially good.
Yeah.
Because I want to be around people that reflect who I am, whether it's a man or a woman. I also have a lot of girlfriends, actually, but yes.
Nowadays, that doesn't really matter. There's still ones, guys should still be watching them as well, because you know how it is. You know what I mean?
True.
The men think that the men are the threat. Listen,
The sisters.
Mrs. Still Your Girl is out here.
No, babe, she's just my friend. She's just my friend.
You can get changed at mine.
Yeah. No, we don't do that, girls.
Cool.
We don't do that, do we?
I mean, some do.
Some do.
So, Dinalva, tell me, what's the worst decision you've ever made?
Ooh. I think the worst decision that I ever made, and these usually the worst decisions that I ever make, is to not pursue things in fear of missing out on love. So I gave up going on my year abroad because, I had a uni babe. And then I wasted too long with somebody that was not very nice. Hey, Jesus.
Where was your year abroad going to be?
In Spain.
Wow. And it was going to be a good opportunity for you.
Yes. I would have got the chance to practice the language a bit more, add an extra something to my CV and my degree. But actually...
Is that genuinely the worst decision you've ever made?
No, but it's not that. That's just one of the indicators that I tend to make decisions in terms of putting love first, but maybe it was the bad... decision to make at the time.
Okay, that's a bad decision maybe. Retrospect, you can never say that you don't know. You made a decision. But I feel like the impact of that wasn't that bad.
Maybe not.
It wasn't that bad because at least you got experience from your relationship and you know what you don't want now. And the things that may have happened in that relationship would obviously grow you and mature you and put you in better stead to know what to look out for in the future. So some would say it's needed market research. What's the worst decision you've ever made in your life?
I stayed with somebody for 5 years who wasted a lot of my time, and I should have left maybe like 6 months into it. So I guess 4.5 years of it was a bit of a mistake.
Years. I mean, only you will know how much of a bad decision that was. When you look at the landscape of your life and you take time to reflect, which I think is very important for men and women, to actually sit down and reflect on the choices and decisions they've made. You're ascertaining, honestly speaking to Kupid, that you've conjured up in your own psyche that was the worst decision you ever made.
But to be honest, at the same time, I don't think it is because I learned a lot from it. I think I've made great decisions most of my life. And I feel like those are the only ones that still pain me, even though I'm grateful for the lessons that I've learned from them.
Yeah. They're regrettable choices.
Regrettable choices.
How do you feel about regret? Do you think it's right? Some say that you shouldn't have regrets, and others say that you do. What's your view on regrets in life?
I regret, but I don't, because I think that because I'm so happy with myself right now and I'm happy with who I am and I still believe in love, the regret that I would have felt if I didn't feel like I feel now would be quite great. So because I'm happy, I don't have to regret. I guess I mourn the decision that I made that caused me a lot of pain, even though it brought me a lot of blessings.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope that this questioning has helped you make some realizations about regret, decision making, advice, and, your flaws. I think that you should consider the fact that you struggled to point out where you've gone wrong or where you've been wrong in a past relationship. That may be a result of rose tinting your own narrative, or not being completely honest with yourself, or not necessarily being at the stage of acceptance and acknowledgement and accountability that we discussed. So, because I'm sure that as much as you're a lovely lady, I'm sure we all have things to work on, and we always make mistakes. So there must be somewhere in a relationship where you've made mistakes and been wrong, and you have to kind of be able to carry that forward too. We can always highlight what the other person's done wrong, but the art of responsibility and growing into our adulthood and taking control of everything is seeing where that the buck actually stops with us. You showed good signs when you said you made a bad decision to not go to Spain. That's a good sign of reflection, realizing that, I stopped myself from something. You didn't actually blame the other person. You just said they weren't the one for me. So I like that. So I think you're on the steps, but try and think to yourself, what have I ever done wrong in a relationship? Because these are things you can be growing from too.
Jumping to conclusions sometimes. So Cupid, out of 10, how much of a red flag am I? Oh, I guess you gotta go, yeah? Where are you going to now? Wood Green, was it?
I told you, Wood Green's off the counts. Homerton is ringing me. I just don't know what's happening. I think I'm going to take an early night and reflect on my decision making. Like answering your call every time you call me.
Okay, Cupid. Please come back next week. I'm sure I'm going to need your help.
As always, I'll be there, man. Remember, it's Cupid with a K.
Peace.
Peace.
Of course, Cupid, always dropping the sauce and the wisdom. And guys, tell me, from what you've heard, how much of a red flag am I? What advice have you got to give me? And maybe rate yourself as well by dropping a little comment. And don't forget to leave us a like, share the love, and share for more juicy from Cupid and I, because next week we're going to be talking about morals and values and everything in between.